Oops. Should probably have the game up, you know, when you go to play stuff. That would make a lot of sense. Okay. Hello, Flakes. How are you doing? Let me check and see. No, it's not showing up on screen. I thought I got it working. Bear with me a second here. I'm not going to worry about it tonight. We got too much stuff to do. Maybe it starts showing up at some point. I see now, or I now see why Ultra Nightmare is such a big deal. What does that mean? Because you just started farming it? And you're getting the good rewards? I just realized I missed the Caps game. I was playing a game with my daughter. Is it still going? It is still going because it started. All right. Well, I'll have to watch the replay on it. Speak. Okay, it's working. Oh, you were checking my audio. What's up? Vodka, how you doing? So we're trying to a few new things out. Unfortunately, I don't have chat up on the screen yet. I'm still figuring that out. Yeah, I thought I seen your lips move and didn't hear any sound. Gotcha. But I do have a big chat thing now. Combined chat thing, so I don't have to have two screens up anymore. And activity feed as well. So we've got pretty good stuff going now that I can communicate with y'all better, a little more equally across the different chats. So we do have an account takeover. Uh, Let me get logged into because I was playing a different game with my daughter. So let's get both of my games open, and then we'll go over and do the account takeover. It's really funny, like because I have my activity feed up now. I can see people that have been subscribed in the past that unsubscribed and are now back. Okay. What's up, JJ? How you doing? Hey, Hyper, there you are. What's up? So I pushed a key using Dark Athel and Thea, the Tomb Angel, to 900 turns. So what's the obsession with Dark Athel again? Like you mentioned it the other night, and I wasn't in the mindset to ask the question, but I was curious why you're so excited about using Dark Athel. Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of decreased speed champions. What's so special about her versus the others? Hell, it's only a 50% chance. To be honest, I've been desperate for a good new champion. I've been pulling shards when I'm not supposed to be. Oh, she's free. That's fair. I'm not saying that she's terrible at all. I'm just was just curious about the why her basically. Um all right, we'll be logging in just a second here. I'll show screen while we wait. Wait, how did I get that? I hope I didn't click one on accident. That would suck. I was out. I was out of boosts. It's me saying to people that I don't have champions to do Hydra. Gotcha. I used a free login and the first Doom Tower champion as a damage dealer and pushed 900 turns. Hell yeah, man. that might be relevant for me to do. So I'm probably gonna try to record a video tonight and give my thoughts. Because Blazin just asked me in a comment, and I was like, you know what? Let me answer him with a video. um, doo, doo, doo. All right, Hyper, I'm logging in now. Hey, Vodka, if it's not too much trouble, because I know that you might be at work, could you possibly hop over and type a message in Twitch just so I can check to make sure this is working? Oh. All right. Automod is a bitch. All right, well, it worked. So, we've done an account takeover on this many, many times. This is HyperX Gaming's account. And we are going to take a look. Now, if you want to let me know in the chat, Hyper, is there anything in particular you'd like me to look at? While we wait for him to respond, a little bit more backstory on this account, going back to kind of what we've looked at and done with it in the past. When we took this over, I think they only had 1 6-star. Now we've got quite a few, which is looking pretty good. Clan Boss teams. All right. Well, we got Clan Boss just changed. We've got Ninja in here. All right. Ooh. All right. Let's take a look at Clan Boss as requested. Looks like you're doing Brutal right now. Here's my recommendation. If you're only getting a Guardian chest on Brutal, do a lower difficulty. I'll keep everything that gets claimed here because we don't know what's really good for you. But yeah, if you're getting that low of a chest on Brutal, I would recommend doing hard. Because if you look at that was a Guardian chest that you got, that's the max reward for hard, but you have to do less damage in a way, right? Because it's easier to get the highest level of hard. Oh, you just didn't loot all the rest? Okay. I did three key brutal 2 days ago. I Okay. Gotcha. So we're on a 3 key brutal. And who are we using? Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a brutal. We're not. I want to show you some stuff here that that you're doing that I feel like I take over your account a lot, right? And I feel like I'm repeating myself quite often. I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, but what I'm trying to say is I feel like a lot of mistakes are still being made a little bit here. Obviously, our silver is pretty low, but our silver is low because we don't spend our energy, right? We don't spend our energy because we don't have time to play. It's kind of like a loop, right? We don't have shards to spend during good reasons, right? Claim your pack for you. So what I want to do is we're going to run this team as you have it built. And we're going to watch it. I'm going to show you where you're not really gaining value. Let me check here real quick. And let me look at the team setup for this too. So this is this team. And we have no setup. Okay. And so the reason I want to watch it is I want to see a couple of things here. Do it on auto. All right. Who's placing the leech? Is it Mashaled? I don't have him. I just need someone to confirm that for me if possible. Yes, okay. That confirmed it. And so the reason that we're watching this, Hyper, what I'm looking for is what's Demitha bringing to this team, right? That's what I'm looking for here. Buff extension is a fair point that I didn't consider, so I'm going to give you that one. I don't think the block damage is gaining you much, if I'm being honest. And the reason I say that, so yeah, block damage is great in a speed-tuned team, right? But, oh, hey, what's up, Blazin? I'm so sorry I missed your comment. I was a little focused there. Welcome. Happy to have you. I'm probably going to record my answer to your comment a little bit later. But I got to say, I'm not mad. I'll give a little spoiler there. Yeah, so we've got Leech for healing. We may not have the masteries required to make Leech work 100% of the time. But this is something I see a lot of people do, right? I see this with Syl. I see it with other healers, right? Where what people will do is they'll build these clan boss teams, and they throw in a block damage thinking that it's keeping their team alive. The problem is, if it's not speed tuned, you're getting no value out of it whatsoever, right? So your team is getting close to the point where they're going to get one shot, right? Like, the damage is going up. Now, that particular block damage was pretty effective, right? We mitigated a lot of damage. But we're not speed tuned, so everybody just got chunked right now. She does bring a good bit of healing, though. I will give you that. All right, so see, Ninja took a turn. Hers is gone. His is gone. Hers is gone. Hers is gone. Everybody gets hit. This is kind of what I mean. Like, it's not doing perhaps what you think it's doing in extending your run and letting you get a lot more turns. I'm not saying that Demitha is a bad champion at all. I think Demitha is great. But if you're going to run a team like this, and Demitha isn't able to get you to 50 turns, you're probably just it's probably a damage loss more than anything. Because you can see everybody's already super low. She puts block damage out, not speed tuned. Everyone's going to take a turn, and now you're going to see everybody get chunked down. There we go. Now we lose Demitha. It's a non-issue. You're not even going to gain an extra turn out of it, essentially. And so I just wanted to demonstrate that for you so you can kind of see it in action, what it's really doing for you. And she's level 50, which is even, so her HP is low, so she's going to die early anyways, and now everybody kind of gets cooked here. That's okay, Hyper. So people are asking about block debuffs. We know your roster is very limited. For those of you that have never seen me do Hyper's Takeover before, Hyper has only currently, what, 4 60s? 5 60s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 6-star champions right now. Yeah, no, he knows. So the point that I'm making here is we don't have a speed-tuned Demitha. I think it's a waste to use her in that effort, in that way. I think we're very slow, which is a bit of a problem, and we're still not booked, right? And this is so we talked about this a lot, and the reason this is so important. You remember? What's up, Peckham? How you doing? He is amazing in Hydra, absolutely, especially in a hex set. What's up, Freak? How you doing, man? So, oh, shoot, I'm using this like new ground control on my thing, so I can't really type in chat, but I got to set up that shout out thing too. Somebody remind me to do that later when we're not in the middle of a takeover. But back to what I was saying. All right, so Hyper, do you remember my Ninja account? Like, right? You watch my content, right? I know that's a thing, and we did that Ninja account, and we went ahead, and I had that 6-star Ninja. Exactly. This team is full of RNG. Exactly. That's the problem. That is why don't use her. Don't use her. It makes sense on paper. It makes sense on paper. But here, I'm going to ask you this, okay? So speed-tuned Demitha teams are not easy to make. That's why everyone uses Deadwood Jedi's kind of advice and tips on how to make these unkillable teams 100%. 50 turns, 50 clan boss turns, right? That's what we're looking to get. Yes, in fact, if somebody can do exclamation YouTube for me in Twitch chat, because I am almost at 4,000 subscribers and I'm making a push there. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get chat on screen. That's been a struggle. I had it working. It's not working right now. I apologize. Um, so sorry. But yes. So on that ninja account, I wasn't running a Demitha, but I was doing more damage, right? And if we go back and think on it and remember how that account worked, the biggest thing was one champion at a time. You're doing it to an extent, which I like. However, you're doing it with all legendaries, right? Um, and so we need to think for Clan Boss, we need to think of things that we need. I really like having Valkyrie in your Clan Boss team. The speeds are not bad on her. I like her level of defense. I would probably swap one of these defense items for an HP item. Get her a little tankier, get her a little stronger. The problem is no cooldown on this, right? No cooldown reduction. This is a 4-turn ability that only lasts places shield buff for 3 turns, counterattack for 2 turns. So the counterattack only lasts for 2 turns, but even the shield only lasting 3 turns, you're getting a whole turn where the shield is gone if everyone is kind of sped the same. No, he does not have Seeker. If I remember correctly, we did not have the pieces required for an unkillable team. We've done takeovers for Hyper quite a bit. We're definitely missing quite a few pieces here. But the thing that I'm seeing, like, we've got a random book here into an A1. We've got some books into Wukong. We've got some books, like, no books into Mashaled. I think you would benefit quite well from leveling up some epics. And the reason being is epic books are easier to get. Now, I don't know what your books look like. You don't have any right now. You're not too far from that, Hyper. That's the thing. Speed 317 is a lot. Maybe you are too far from that. But you'd be surprised. A couple of good speed rolls on an all speed set. Like look like your 210 speed right here. Imagine if this was all speed set and speed substat rolls on it, and then a speed. I'm not saying that to do it on RTAC, right? But I see a lot of people get scared of speed and say, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it." Okay. So the main message that I kind of want to relay is to reiterate that one champion at a time thing, but it extends. Well, I guess yeah, you don't have the books, so it kind of sucks. I would start focusing on your epics a little bit more, but I would not worry about Demitha, and that's where your epic books are going. Got it. Okay, I wouldn't worry about Demitha too much until you get the supporting cast to make Demitha a little more effective. I personally would focus on your Stag Knight. What's up, Gooders? How you doing? And the reason that I would focus on your Stag Knight, he brings decreased defense and decreased attack. So that's going to buy you more rounds too, because you're reducing the attack of the clan boss. And you're getting that decreased defense. You also don't have, or at least not at 6 stars, a dedicated AoE decreased defense champion. So this could act as your decreased defense champion, but mainly I'm looking for the decreased attack. I would almost argue level your Stagnite, but temporarily use your Tayrell. Because he brings the decreased attack on the A1, and you don't need the books for that. This is a 4-turn cooldown, and it only lasts for 2 turns. So you're not going to keep decreased attack up all the time. But in a Valkyrie comp, you're going to get a lot of A1 attacks out of your Tayrell. And I think that's going to benefit you to keep that decreased attack up. Any chance you can expand the roster horizontally and include... Yeah. I've done a couple of takeovers on this account, so I kind of am a little familiar with what options we have and we don't. So going back to the first takeover for Hyper here, he had 160 and had a ton of 50s. And so some of the methodology that we've been discussing and working on is one champion at a time. And now we've done that. We're almost up to 660s now. The problem is it's a little spread out all over the place, and we're doing mostly legendaries, and we have no way to get legendary books on this account right now. That's why I'm kind of pushing a little bit to focus on epics. And I think Tayrell might be a good option for you because you do have the decreased attack on the A1. You pair that with your counterattack buff from your Valkyrie. You're going to see some good results there. Furthermore, you would benefit from potentially bringing a Venomage. Venomage is going to give you damage reduction. Here it is. By 15% less, and you're getting 2 sources of heal reduction between Mashaled and Venomage. Also, you're going to get more decreased defense and decreased attack, which is better for you right now because you don't have the books to completely get the cooldowns on these all the way up, all the way down. Morag. Yeah, I thought about Morag for a second when I saw her. I kind of like the idea of, doing a counterattack, ally attack type thing. We get decreased attack here and weaken here, which I would like because we don't have that. So you could probably keep Kyoku, but I'd like to see her leveled up a little bit. But I think that what you're doing on Clan Boss is the best that you can do kind of right now. I would equate, because of the lack of books and kind of the lack of overall power on your account, I think you're kind of doing the best that you can do. If I was to build a team using your roster, and I'm looking at only champions, I'm not going to look at gear per se. Just, who do I have on the roster? I like this, and then I would probably put in Tayrell here. Oops, I didn't mean to take her out. I was just looking at the auras there. Because I really like having that decreased attack on the A1. It does lack healing. You do get a leech from Mashaled, but again, he's not booked. So you might actually have the best kind of combination for yourself right now. But I want to make sure that you understand that the block damage isn't doing anything for you. What she's really bringing is the continuous heals, the buff extension, and this healing right here. She's keeping your guys alive, so you don't have to use lifesteal gear, and you're extending that counterattack and that shield buff, which is pretty good for you. So I actually would leave Demytha in there, but the main thing I wanted to make sure that you understood is that you're not getting the value out of this that you think you are. On paper, my team doesn't take any damage. In practice, if you don't have the speed tune to make it work, this is not up every time the clan boss takes a hit. And there's very little that you can do about that which is why you see a lot of people focus on very specific teams that revolve around Demitha. I also, Sky Doodle made a great point that that Morag also brings Strengthen, which is going to get you a lot farther. Now, I really like the idea of using Morag because you have the Strengthen, you have a two random ally attack. I'll get it out eventually. She herself counterattacks. She's defense based, which means that she's going to take a lot less damage because you're going to build defense on her. But the one thing I want to make sure I'm clear about, I'm not just saying throw Morag in there. You need to kind of experiment with it, play around with it. The best place to test these teams is kind of Dragon. Dragon's mechanics are very similar. You can kind of get a feel for how much damage that you'd be taking, and how much damage that you're doing. But like I always talk about when I do these takeovers, the big things that I'm looking to achieve are the mechanics and the understanding about why a champion is good and why a champion may not be good, right? So I think you're doing some of the good things. The main focus is just that Demitha isn't doing what you think she's doing, and eventually you'll want to get away from that, but you don't have another source of healing right now. So I think you want to keep her in and eventually figure out a better way to stay alive. I think Wither would be very effective for you, especially because you have a very heavy defense comp. You could do Valkyrie, Morag, Tayrell, throw in a Wither. You're going to get your increased defense. You're going to get continuous healing. You get your cleansing. Hey, what's up, Gestel? How you doing? Oh, thank you for the raid, Gestel. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're just doing a little account takeover here for my friend.
Kevin.
Thank you, Sonny, for the follow. What's up, man? How you doing? How did Live Arena go better when I'm not in your chat jinxing you? Thank you, Blazin, for the follow. I finally figured out multi-streaming. I hope your Live Arena went pretty well. But as I was saying, I do think Wither combined with Valkyrie combined with Kyoku, like you could basically run an all-defense team, and Withered is gonna keep you alive with that increased defense and the healing. So that's a future goal. You need books and you need all that stuff, right? So we just got to take it one step at a time. What I would do is consider building your ninja that you have, and them champions got to be booked. Exactly. So my next recommendation would actually be Tayrell. You could do Stag Knight. He's better in dungeons, which is a good point that Vodka made. So replace Demitha with Tayrell. Let's not think about it in terms of replacements. Think that you're building an entirely different team. Thank you for the follow, ArcSith. Skydoodle made a great point over on YouTube about potentially getting a Guardian gear. I think you should probably start running some lifesteal stuff. I don't have my access to my ninja account anymore, but I had 3 of my champions in lifesteal for that team, and I was 4-keying Nightmare. Now you have healers, so you could just put a healer in, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna talk a lot about the champions that you have and what you should be using, but we're talking long-term goals is a completely rebuilt team when you have books that revolves around Valkyrie, Wither, Kyoku, Tayrell, and Morag, probably. Some combination of that, I think, is going to work pretty well for you. It's a very tanky team. You might want to take somebody out of that and maybe put in Ninja for some real damage. It would probably be Tayrell, I think. You could probably get away with that, but those are future problems. Just not on hard, that's fine. Even if you're farming low-level gear. By the way, for those of you just joining us over on Twitch, I do apologize. I don't have a chat function on the screen. It's a work in progress. but I am responding to some comments over on YouTube, so I apologize if you guys are confused. And if somebody over on the Twitch side could exclamation point YouTube for me, if you guys enjoy what you see tonight and would be so kind as to consider subscribing on YouTube, I'm almost at 4,000. I think I'm 3,900 something. So that would really help me out if you guys would be so kind. All right. Bottom line, Hyper, I want you to keep using that team and do your 3-key brutal for now. Because I think if we start, I'm always afraid, and I do this every time I do an account takeover for you, I'm always afraid that I'm going to give you too much. And it's going to end up with because that's why we had 1,050s and only 160, because you try to do too much, right? You're spreading out all over the place. So we want to slow it down a little bit, and let's focus on getting somebody, one particular champion, like really strong for you. So let's take a look. I'm going to look a little broader for you now, okay? Let's take a look at your campaign. So we've got Artak as your farmer. I just want to see how well this is going for you. I just came over from YouTube and exclamation YouTube and subscribed here. Thank you, Artself, for the subscription. I appreciate it. Love it. Big improvement. Beautiful. That is a great farm. I'm happy with it. I'm a little unhappy with your build on Artak, but you're using him as a campaign farmer. You're not using him for his kit, unfortunately. I would prefer that maybe it was somebody else that was your campaign farmer, but for the time being, we're going to go with this. Just know, in the future, I would swap Artak and Sun Wukong and get Sun Wukong to be your campaign farmer. He's going to do essentially the same thing, and that'll free up your Artak so you can give him more accuracy in his kit than what you currently have, because he's only 95 accuracy. I don't think he's going to land much of anything. Kevin! Thank you, Big Easy, for the follow. Appreciate it. I built your Artak on the last takeover. That explains why he's so fast. Okay. It's been a minute, guys. You got to give me a break here with my memory. But okay, man, that's embarrassing. Okay, where are we at then? So I wonder with how well built he is too. I mean, he's not going to land a debuff, but does he need to? If you're bringing Ninja. Do you need accuracy to activate burns? Arc Stealth, it's kind of explained in what they just shared with you from my bot, but for account takeovers, the only request that I have is that you be a member. But tomorrow on stream, I'll be gifting memberships for the YouTube channel for every legendary that I pull from shards. Hopefully I get a couple. So that's, if you don't want to become a member of the channel, that's fine. But there's a chance you could get gifted one, because that does happen every time I pull shards on the account. Correct. Yeah, you would. Oh, and okay, you need accuracy for the extension. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Vodka. You know what I would say, though, with a couple of good... Yeah. I know his accuracy is low, but I think it's only because of the banner. In fact, Hyper, I know you're a little low on silver. Can I take this to 12? So right below my face, there should be a button that says join. It's the same price as a Twitch subscription. But I do know that in some countries it doesn't show up. And I don't know why that is, but I've had some players that wanted a takeover and they couldn't join because there was no button. And he said, yep. Okay, so we're going to take this to 12. Please be enough silver. Okay. All right. Now, I eventually want that to be 16. For the time being, your silver is pretty low. So, what's up, Fox Mode? I am on YouTube and Twitch, Sonny. I do apologize. I am working on a... I had it working yesterday. It's not working now, but I have a chat scroll thing. Unfortunately, I don't have that. So, I'm responding to 2 chats, but my chat over on YouTube is where my current takeover is. So, that's why you're hearing me ask a lot and answer questions that you can't see. So I apologize for that. I know how frustrating that can be. I tried to get it fixed beforehand. I didn't know it was broken until we already went live. So, I'm working well on masteries. The 6-star masteries are a lot to get through. So we're going to talk about that. Because I think you're doing it probably a lot harder way than you need to. Are you mobile only, Hyper, or do you play on the PC as well? You need a collab video with me taking your main account for Hydra review repair. Did you see me take over Vodka's Hydra account? It was not pretty. Your PC only. Okay, Hyper. So we are going to go a little advanced. And the reason I'm going to do this is because you have 4,000 energy. You're wasting this. All right? And I think Artak once... Does he solo 15? So this is your current 15 team. Let's run this. If these 3 can solo it, I'll be happy. Even if it's a long run, I'll be happy. Landed the burn. That's good. I mean, this is doing better than my ninja account. My ninja account could barely do stage 15 before we gave that one away, and that person never plays it. All right, I like this. This is good. Totally fine. A little bit long of a run. Totally fine. I would prefer Artak to only do it so you get his masteries first, but because of what I'm about to teach you, it's not going to be an issue. Thank you, Kaz, for the subscription. I appreciate that. Hyper, do you have RSL Helper already? It's okay if you do not, but I just want to know if you do. So this account lacking on gear, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Shooting, Kevin!
What's up, Jaffa King? Thank you for the follow. Yes, Trey. So over on, I've done this account takeover for a couple of times for Hyper here. And one of the main issues is that when I took it over, Hyper had probably about like 25 50s and 160 on the account and had been playing for a very long time. So we're kind of playing catch up a little bit. The roster is way deeper than the account has allowed it to perform. So, all right. this is what I want to show you, okay? So this is your account over here on RSL Helper. You see this checkbox? It says Minnow Scrolls, right? Right? So if I hit play on this and I click Run Effective Resources and I hit play, this is going to do your Hydra. Or, this is going to do your Minotaur. So while this is running, I'm going to let this run in the background a little bit. This is my free-to-play. Obviously, you've been playing for a lot longer, a lot heavier developed account. But 36 million silver, right? And I just rebuilt some teams too. So we're about to go into a fusion in a couple weeks, but the reason I'm pointing out the silver, if we looked at your account, your silver is 1 million, actually 800,000 now, and your energy is 4,000. But my energy is barely over cap, but 36 million silver. So no, Sonny, there was a little scare a couple months ago, where people thought RSL Helper was a problem, but it is not. I think Vodka always fills in and explains to me like that they've made a statement on it or whatever that says it's okay, but until the time comes that they say it's not okay, I'm going to continue to use it, and I farm way worse than what I'm teaching him to do right now. So, the reason I've got this much silver is I never let this energy sit. This is my source of silver. Whether I'm doing it, I could be campaign farming overnight. Well, not campaign farming. I don't usually do it that way, but I could farm Minotaur overnight. I might farm Sand Devil or Phantom Shogun overnight. If there's a tournament going on, I might do not Dragon, I guess, but Spider. That's where you're going to get a really good amount of silver. And so using your energy is going to go a long way. Now, you're not going to get nearly as much silver from Minotaur, but you're gaining more important stuff, which is masteries. You're going to see your damage go up so much once you get those masteries. Now, like I said, I would prefer it if Artak was in here by himself, because the way that masteries work in Minotaur is only one champion is going to get the scrolls. And all three of these champions need the scrolls. So you're going to see that this is going to take you 3 times as long to get one champion their full masteries. So bear that in mind. However, we know this team works. It's better to do it at the higher stage than at the lower stage with a solo Artak. So I think we just keep it and we just get 3 champions mastered at once. It's okay, Hyper. This is fine. The team works. If it ain't broke, I'm not going to fix it, okay? But you can see it's still running. Now, why did I mention that magic box? And why am I saying to do it with RSL Helper and not auto battles? This magic box will stop you when you get 950 scrolls on every one of your champions. That's what's so special about this checkbox. If you did it with multi-battles, you could get 950 scrolls on all 3 of them, but still keep running. Right? And we don't want to do that because we don't want to waste our resources, our energy, right? Because then the only thing you're getting out of that is silver, basically. Maybe some energy if Ninja still isn't 60 by then, but I suspect this is where he'll hit 60. So we have a stage 15 team. These guys are all going to farm up their masteries. Don't put anyone else in this team until all 3 of these guys are done, okay? What's up, John? How you doing? Once that's done, then you're going to bring another 6-star, And my recommendation, if possible, level them in here, but you have a bunch that are leveled and still need masteries. So then you're going to bring them in here, and then you're going to run it with them, right? And they're going to gain their masteries. And then you would bring another person, and they're going to gain their masteries. And you're basically always subbing in 1, 2, 3, however many people you want masteries on at any given time. I recommend doing it one at a time, because then you can. It's better for you to get 1 full mastery, 2 full mastery, 3 full mastery, instead of taking a week or however long it takes you, and to get 3 at once, 3 at the same time. So, yeah, my thoughts exactly. Yeah. So, really good that we have this on farm. This is going to speed up your progress a lot once you get that War Master on these champions. It's really, really going to help you out. So, the main reason I wanted to do this on RSL Helper was this magic box right here, so you don't waste any energy. We'll go ahead and hit stop on that. So you just hit this little stop. Oh, I blocked it, by the way. So to do that, I hit the play button, right? Let me be on your screen. But if you hit stop, it's going to stop. So it's going to finish this run out, and then it's going to stop for you, okay? You can have lots of both, Arc. I'm not saying that it's impossible to have silver and energy at the same time. I'm saying that for a player who only has 1 million silver, the best way to gain energy, or to gain silver, is to use your energy. And so he needs to play catch up, and that's what I'm advising him to do. I was thinking maybe going Helm Smasher on Mashaled. Honestly, I've never had him. I don't know his builds off the top of my head. So I don't know one way or the other. If you're going to use him as like a wave and arena nuker, perhaps that's fine. I honestly don't know. I would do a little research on that, or maybe we talk about it on the next takeover. But yeah, it's okay to have high energy and high silver, but we want to make sure we need to get some silver for you to work with, because if we look at your gear, look at all the level 12 gear that we have. I mean, we have chests that are level 12. And why is that a big deal? If we were to take it to 16, you're going up to 50% from 33, right? What's that? 17%? I mean, that's a big chunk of attack that's left on the floor. And we just can't afford to take those pieces up, right? That sounds awesome, Corrupt. I don't have him on any of my accounts, but I would love to try that out. Yeah, I like what Skydoodle said. I would do War Master for now, and then when you get Savage later, then you could consider doing Helm Smasher if you're going to use him in that way. I don't know. Um, I hate RSL Helper, to be honest. It won't show up the farmer heroes for some reason to me. I am using it only for the infinite runs or full max heroes. I'm doing the same thing, man. I only use it to do overnight and when I'm at work runs. I don't use it for anything else, to be honest. I think it's an extremely deep tool that is good for players that want to get very deep into that kind of stuff. I'm just not about it. If I want to run dungeons, like regular dungeons, I do multi battles, and I use the in-game filter for gear filter. I know the RSL Helper one is better. That's a step too far for me personally. I understand why others love it, not for me. Okay. Yeah, I usually use it to farm masteries and farm sand double or um, Shogun. And that's pretty much the only places that I do it, because anywhere that doesn't drop gear, and then I use the in-game filter for all the other ones. But for masteries, I think it's going to give him a huge advantage, so he doesn't waste any energy. Because he could, if he, I don't know how many multi-battles he's got. Yeah, if we threw 500 multi-battles into this, that's scary to me, right? Like, I don't want to be running. Everyone is, you know, fully leveled, fully mastered, and we're just wasting energy getting silver from Minotaur, right? That's not exactly a silver farm. So, okay. Yeah, we'll worry about Mashaled later. I'm not gonna go too deep into him right now. I wanted to make sure I showed you how to farm your masteries. We've got a lot of champions, and the one thing that, for those of you that are new to this particular account, that I've done a takeover on this account many times, and we're really trying to hone in on one champion at a time because we have a very deep roster. But if we look at the books, right, we've got a book here, we've got what, 3 books here, a book here, no books here. You know, we're kind of a little all over the place, so we're trying to hone that in and back that up and kind of pretend like this is like a new account. Imagine this was a brand new account, but you had like 20 legendaries on it to start your first day. That's a good way of how I look at this account. Yeah, don't Hyper, don't worry about what the chat is saying. You know, this is the same thing that I think Boozer always says, is that not every account is the same. You know your account better than me. You know your account better than chat. We're just trying to find a very good common place to kind of like get those mechanics in place so we can build towards the future. But I really want you to use all this energy up. Get yourself some silver. Let's start playing catch up with some of this gear, making sure that we're getting some of this level 12 stuff up to 16 where applicable, so that we can get better use of the account, because your gear is getting a lot better. I see a lot of 5 and 6 star pieces, a couple of 4 star pieces, but that's okay, right? So we're really making good progress now on the account. I really like it. And I just upped Artax's mastery. So we've got 145 accuracy. I said mastery, I meant accuracy. That's going to be a big improvement for you. He's going to start landing on those A3s. So I think we're looking pretty good there. Let's see. Where are we at on your dungeons? Has anything much changed there? So I don't know if you already know this or not. I think we've talked about this before. Farm stage 10 of Spider. If you're going to come in Spider, yes, you've done stage 11. Stage 10 is bugged or something. I don't know if it's on purpose, but it drops way more 5-star pieces than it should. So you want to make sure that you're farming on stage 10. Looking good on Fire Knight. I would probably do stage 13. If you could get to stage 16, that would be pretty good. Yeah. Stage 13 or 4. Actually, yeah, do stage 14. If this is a 10-minute run, you'd want to do stage 14. Spider, we already talked about, sorry. So Dragon, we should see some pretty good progress. So what's going on with Dragon? Let's see. Okay, so we're going to take out. So here's what I'm going to do this. What have we tried? Have you ever tried this before? This is your team for Clan Boss. Let's see what this does. What's up, Christopher? How you doing? Focus Artak, and when you have silver, rebuild him to farm everything. He's already kind of built to farm most stuff right now, which is nice. Would fully maxing Art with every resource available be his best move so that Art can just carry everything? That's the goal. That is the goal. Worst mistakes early and mid players do, and that's the energy cap. You got to use that energy. Yeah. Good. You're doing good. You're tired, but good. That's good. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? You know what I would do in this team, actually? especially for Dragon. And we're going to do it. I just wanted to kind of show you that your clan boss team makes a great Dragon team. The Demitha is a little wasteful. I think more wasteful in Dragon than other places, but I think we're going to put Artak in here next. So we're going to let this team kind of do its thing. I wouldn't say best use of energy since we don't have War Master on a single champion in this account. At least not to my knowledge. Maybe Athel has it. But I would focus on getting the masteries on Artak first is my goal number one. I think if I bring Artak in this run, we're going to speed it up a lot, actually. Because your Artak is built... I built him to hit pretty hard. And now we have an accuracy banner that we didn't have before, so he's going to land some stuff. And once we get a chance to take that accuracy banner to 16, we're going to see a big improvement there as well. Alright, so it's a little bit long of a run, but now we've progressed to stage 16, right? So every stage that you're going up, you're getting better chance at better gear. Dragon is great for you to farm early because you can get better speed gear, right? So you kind of want to farm Dragon. If we can get to stage 20, great. I'm going to try and bring in stage 17. Let's take out your Demitha. Let's put in the Artak that we have built. I'm okay with Kyoku, to be honest. I feel like I said that weird, like hearing it in my head. It sounds weird, but I think Artak is going to do more wave damage for you here and speed this up quite a bit. And we can do presets and stuff so that this run will go faster for you. You're totally fine, Corrupt. There's no such thing as bad advice, right? And if I feel like the advice is not applicable in the current stage of the account, I'll say so. I just get nervous because I feel very connected to Hyper. They've been doing account takeovers for several months for Hyper, so I do get a little nervous and protective of him when when people come in because I don't want anyone to make him feel bad. Number one, that's the first priority, and number two, I don't want to overwhelm him with super endgame stuff. I think we want Artak to be booked and mastered. That's what we're looking for. That's stage 1. But if we can get to stage 20 of Dragon, we're going to see a big boost in our gear. And our ability to do tournaments and such, right? Which means more gear, more rewards. You might... I don't think they ever do books for those, but maybe something in a Dungeon Divers or something. Yeah, you can see, like, we barely felt that, right? Like, that was nothing. So, this is a very easy... It's just time consuming. Mostly because I think your ninja's a little underperforming. If you had War Master on all 5 of these champions, boom, 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 we'd be doing much better.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hey, Cthulhu King! Thanks for the follow. I'm sorry, my chat suggested I raid you the other night, and I came by and raided you, but I should have looked before I did Because yeah, you were AFK farming. I felt, I was like, oh man, I wasn't paying close enough attention. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, man. I'll have to catch you. I'll catch you another time, and we'll come in there when you're hanging around. All right. Do I want to pull your 718 mortal soul stones and 155 immortals? I gotta tell you, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm in the middle of a takeover right now, and I would also say that you should do that. You're a content creator, right? You should pull your shards. You let me know when you're gonna. Is the event still going on? Yeah. So are you pulling them? Are you gonna be pulling them later? It's not that I don't want to. That sounds like a lot of fun. Um, you've got a bunch of bids to upload now. Man, I hear you. I know there's a couple of content creators in the chat. Do any other content creators like record videos and then you get through the whole thing, you do your outro, and you're like, I'm never releasing that. You just spent an hour talking about something you're really passionate about, and you're like, I think I just rambled on for 30 minutes, and this is not unusable. um, okay, how good does gear have to be before one starts farming enhancements for it? I don't know what that means. I wouldn't farm for enhance until. Oh, you're talking about farming like Sand Devil and Shogun?
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hey, thank you for the tier 1. I think that's what that is. I'm still figuring out this new control panel ground control that I have. So let me just check my thing real quick. Yes, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, I've got this ground control that's combining my chats. So if you hear me answering questions that you don't read in the chat, it's because I'm talking over on YouTube. I do apologize. This is a work in progress. I only recently started multi-streaming on Twitch, and there's a chat bubble over here but it's not working. I have to get that figured out on the back end. All right. I don't want to leave Hyper hanging. Let's get back over here into the takeover, friend. Yeah, RTAC is going to be our priority, right? If we get RTAC up.
Shoot him, Kevin!
I appreciate the follow. Thank you, Great Moose. Thank you for the comment on my camera and mic. I'm very proud of my camera and mic quality, in fact. It was not always the case, I will tell you. Yeah, if we get this RTAC up and running, we get War Master on him, you're going to see your damage go up dramatically. Furthermore, let's take a look at your ninja build, okay? I like to see it. Okay, so I love seeing this crit damage gloves. We don't have enough crit rate. So let's do again, because I think Ninja is going to be a cornerstone for your account because he can do boss damage so well for you. Let's see why don't I do a theoretical rebuild of him again? I'm not going to level anything, but let's try to get you to 100% crit rate. Masteries look really good. I like that. Once we get, not Helm Smasher, sorry, War Master, that's going to be a big boost for us. Okay. So I'm going to do a rebuild on your ninja. Using the fitting room, and then I'll save it for you, and then you'll have to level the year. But let's see if we can get that for you. Every time I hear shoot him, Kevin, I'm trying to figure out who I'm shooting. So, real quick side story, because we have a lot of new people in the chat tonight. And again, if you guys would be so kind, if someone could ! YouTube in Twitch for me. I am trying to hit 4,000 subscribers over on Twitch. I am currently at probably 3,900 something. Yeah, 3,985. So we are very, very close to hitting that 4,000 mark over on YouTube. So would appreciate any support that you guys are willing to give me there. So let's talk ninja build.
Shoot him,
Oh,
Kevin!
the shoot 'em Kevin. I forgot to tell the story. Thank you for the follow, Modern Thinker. So the shoot 'em Kevin, I played a lot of first-person shooters back in the day, and I played with my friend Brandon, who
Shoot him,
is
Kevin!
very southern. And thank you for the follow, Mathematics. And I was trying to, get somebody with a wingman. It's like a long range pistol, and the guy wasn't looking at me, but I kept missing. And he yelled that at me, and we thought it was hilarious. And so that just I had him record it for me and made it my everything. It's in my intro to my videos. It's my everything. So, but yeah. Oh, what's up? Thanks, Chris. Let's try and get a rebuild here. I'm just gonna lock in the gloves. Crit damage gloves, 6 stars. Mwah, love it. So let's try and see if we can find some crit damage, crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, speed stuff. And we'll include equipped. All right, nothing. So no like really good rolls on the account. But I did see some stuff here. So this would be a loss in crit damage. This isn't leveled. We got a rise in crit rate, crit damage from this piece. Ooh, I likey a lot. Now, you would want to level this. I'm not going to level anything. We're just going to set up a preset for you, which is going to be difficult because I'm not going to be able to guarantee, you may end up getting more crit rate or less crit rate in the end. Right now, you need 31% crit rate, and these have not been leveled. We'll take it to 8. I know you can do 8. Love it! I love it! Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Toxic Ghost. I appreciate it. I need to DM Roadblock in his free time and fix my mic and OBS, maybe? Well, I appreciate that. What great rolls, though, for you. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Especially on a Slayer set, too. So we like that. So now we only need 22% crit rate. Math is not my strong suit, y'all. Okay. But I do like that. Now, your speed on this theoretical build is going to be much lower. I am giving up quite a bit of attack. Well, mostly because stuff's not leveled. Yeah, this account isn't capable of farming, I think, at a reasonable level on Odin for the time being, but that's a future problem. I'm not going to do any of your 4-star pieces, by the way. I would stick to your 5 or 6-star pieces. So right here, I would go this. You're going to lose a little bit of speed because you have speed on this helmet. It's going to look more drastic, but you're gaining you're gaining 2 more crit rate and 11 more crit damage. That's a pretty big jump. Now, we are sacrificing quite a bit of attack. We're going to try and see if we can figure a way to attack that. No pun intended, sorry. On the back end. Let's see if we have a shield with crit rate, crit damage, and speed. And we do. We have a Slayer. This is going to give you turn meter fill. I wonder if we could potentially get... Let's see. Oh no, that's a 3-piece. Sorry, I thought that was a 4-piece. Yeah, we'll take that speed boost. I like this piece. I'm going to take it to 8 for you. I don't want to take anything to 12. That is going to drain your silver. 16 will definitely drain your silver. But triple Slayer, the crit rate, crit damage, and speed is really helping you. But you had really high crit rate on that shield because putting that on, you lost a lot of crit rate. So I would probably leave this shield for now. If this was to roll crit rate, there we go. Cool. So now you need 15% crit rate, and you can still take this to 12, this to 12, this to 16. So you still have a lot of flexibility in this kit, right? But if we look at your stats, your speed, ignore that. We would get you more attack in some other ways. Yes, you're losing a lot of accuracy, and you might be losing too much accuracy. Now that I think about it. So maybe we back up. Let's take this back off. Let's keep this. That's really low accuracy. Let's see what kind of chest we can get for you. Let's see. I just want to look at chests right now that are attack percent. We'll include equipped here. Perfect would be that. And we don't have that. Don't have that. I'm actually going to use this. I love Sun Wukong. I think Sun Wukong is very good for you. However, you don't have him built very well. And I think you're not using him in anything. Maybe you're using him in PvP, but your RTAC is built better. I would probably use RTAC. We would need to figure out a way to get you some more accuracy, I think is the big key here. Yeah, so I would go with the accuracy banner. You're going to lose a pretty big chunk of attack, but a lot of damage for Ninja comes from him with the HP burns. So we don't want to sacrifice too much of the HP burns for your crit rate and crit damage. Thank you, Freak. I appreciate it. Yeah, the accuracy plummeted a little bit. We've got it back up to 117, though, which is actually a positive over where it was before. Again, we don't even have anything enchanted, and we don't have anything 16 on a lot of these pieces. This is a +4, right? If we take this even to just a +8, how much is that going to boost, right? So now we're already up to 130 accuracy. So we're gaining quite a bit. I really like this build. So your previous build, you had 58% accuracy. Or crit rate, sorry. We sacrificed a little bit of attack for that, but you're also running a level 12 attack chest instead, right? So this is not ideal. When this is 16, it's going to be 50%. So another 17% of accuracy that you're going to see a significant jump there. So that would be an improvement. You can also get potentially another attack roll here, another attack roll here potentially, another attack roll here potentially. Maybe when these all are 16, you get a little accuracy on the substat if you're lucky, but the banner alone is going to give you the accuracy that you need to do a lot more damage with your ninja. You're really going to experience that. So I'm going to save this as a preset. We're going to call this RB preset. And that way you have it build these pieces for now. Your speed will go up once you 16 this piece, and hopefully you fill in some of these empty stats, right? We're missing 10% crit rate right now. If you get a little bit lucky on this piece or this piece, we're going to fill in that crit rate and hopefully get you going. So I think that's a good kind of starter set. Now, if we don't get lucky and we don't get that extra crit rate, we just find another piece where we can sub in a little bit more crit rate. Now, you'll notice these are really good rolls. I did not look at your gloves. So do we have any crit damage gloves with crit rate that are 6 stars? Here you go. You could try leveling these. Now, the problem in that, you can actually afford it because, oh, this does have crit rate on it. Okay. But it didn't proc any. So if we take this to 8, we get just a roll or 2. Boom, there you go. There you go. That's 5 more crit rate. So, in fact, I'll even do it. We'll even go into the fitting room. Preset manager. How do I do this? Try on. There we go. And so we just need 5% more crit rate on another piece, and that should get us what we need. We've already got some Slayer stuff in there, so we can't count on that. But this is now the preset. And hell, that could roll another. You might get really lucky and get another crit rate roll on that, right? So, we will. Which one? Yeah, we'll delete this one. And we go with this one now. So this is my recommended preset. And I got to be honest with you, I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this, but even rocking 95% for a little bit until you can find another piece that can fill that out, I think you'd be okay there. Because I think you're going to have a hard time to get that 95%. So RTAC is still your priority. Don't misinterpret this as me saying Ninja is your focus now. He is not. That gear is the focus because RTAC is done being geared for the most part. I would do this banner and this ring before you move on. But Ninja's going to do a lot more boss damage for you, and that's going to speed up those dragon runs a little bit while RTAC does the waves. Now, future thing, I think Wukong is a better wave clear than RTAC. At least he's faster. But I would really want him in Savage to kind of do that level of damage. So, I really think you're making a lot of great progress. It's slow going. The biggest reason it's slow going is because your gear isn't leveled. You have great pieces. Very, very good pieces. Lots of 5-star pieces, lots of 6-star pieces. You just don't have the silver to level them. Use this energy, earn all that silver, and go ahead and upgrade those pieces, okay? Savage is the only gear you lack. The good news is you have a very, very good roster for Fire Knight. The reason I say that, you have Stag Knight, you have Allure, who's going to make it super easy. I think even Royal Guard to an extent, right? Yeah, turn meter on the Royal Guard and decrease speed, 4 times hitter. So you have a really good roster for beating Fire Knight. I mean, even if you just have an Allure, you're going to be pretty good. Plus, you have ally attackers in Morag. You have counterattack in Valkyrie. So you can take one hit as long as Valkyrie goes first. And then everybody does those free attacks and burns that shield down. So I'm not worried about you being able to do Fire Knight in the future. I would say if you're going to continue leveling champions, I want you to focus on epics now. Even if it's a lure, my recommendation is to use somebody that you know you are going to use on this account for a long time, right? I wouldn't invest in a champion that you're not going to see results from. Like I'm not a big fan of Syl. I wouldn't invest in something like Syl, for example. I would invest in some of your epics because you're not going to get legendary books anytime soon. With the way that your account is set up, unless you're going to buy them, you're not going to have legendary books. Yes, Solstice. So I've done an account takeover for Hyper here for many, many months. Um, and unfortunately, this account roster is very deep, but um, it's a very deep roster, but a very low level account. So we're playing catch up in a lot of ways. The best way that I like to equate this account is this is like imagine if you started day one and somebody handed you 20 legendaries. It's like, what do I do? Where do I start? Right. And so we're still building campaign farmers and still, I mean, we don't even have War Master on anybody. Not even the starter champion, right? So we're kind of all over the place here and we're trying to play catch up. So I agree with you. Odin is a huge resource. And I wish that his account was kind of at that point where we could level or do it and get considerable gear from it. I don't think we're at that point, unfortunately. But hopefully they bring that dungeon back in future events. Gotcha, Hyper. So, I think just because, I don't know that there's too much else we could talk about. I'm going to give you a brief look in your arena. I would say that you need to log in a little more. I know that not everybody can do it. If you're able to log in daily, I would recommend it because I can tell you didn't log in yesterday because you didn't collect your rewards. Wait, no, you haven't logged in since Monday because you haven't collected these rewards yet. So that's how I'm able to tell that you haven't been logged in since Monday. I would at least log in every day and do your clan boss. Even if you don't do anything else, I would recommend doing dailies. But even if you can't, get in there, do your clan boss, run your 2 keys at least, and then you can hop off, right? But try to get a little more activity in the game. That's going to help you in the long run. Let's take a look at your offense here. I would take out the ninja and I would bring in a decreased defense champion. Even, I mean, yeah, let's see. Madam Saris, and then the only reason I'm leaving Artak in is because he's built the best on your account right now. Yeah, okay. Because your accuracy is low, this would be fine. Um, we may not be able to get away with an increased attack right now. I don't know if you need 3 nukers, though. I want Wukong Zora, so we're going to take Mashalet out, and then I would bring in... Loki as an increased attack. You would need to speed tune this a little bit. So ketchup account takeover. I like it. So you would speed tune this, right? You would go Loki first to give your team increase attack, into Madame Ceres to decrease defense on the other team and strip their buffs, and then these would be your two nukers. Pretty easy speed tune. You're not looking for anything complex. You just want to make sure that Wukong is 162, Artak is 202. So you would just need Loki to be 203 speed or higher. You accuracy is good on him, but really with the way I'm having you build him, just go for speed. He's your buffer. That's how you're using him in this instance. Madame Ceres is going to be a little bit harder. You would need to have speed and accuracy on her. But you could probably forego a lot of the other stats. So it's okay, Hyper. There's no harm in dipping in playing time. We've all been there. I just, want to. Even my time, there's been times where I would only log in and just do clan boss, and then do my dailies, but not. I call them advanced dailies, which is not correct, because if you say advanced dailies, people think of this, which is what it is. But in my brain, this is what I call them. So in my brain, when I log in, I do several things when I log in. If I'm doing like a full play day, I will, which is most days, I start Cursed City, then I do my Doom Tower keys, follow up with any other clan boss keys I have, Tag Team Arena, then Classic Arena, then Faction Wars, then I do my Iron Twins, and then I do my dailies. That's how I do a normal day. But there are some days where I log in, I do 5 arenas, I summon 3 champions, I spend 50 energy in the campaign 7 times, I level 1 piece to 4, I upgrade somebody 3 times, and I just collect my dailies and my clan boss stuff, and I log out. That's usually like, that takes me about 20 minutes to do. Easy peasy. So, if you have 20 minutes, which not everybody does, I would recommend something on that level. But if you wanted to go like super short, just make sure you're collecting those clan boss rewards daily, right? That's where you're going to get your epic books to start leveling up those epics so you can catch up. Because unfortunately, leveling legendaries is great, but books is the big bottleneck for you. And the best place to get books is clan boss, which you can't really do right now. So going back to my free-to-play ninja account, which I can't, unfortunately, I can't look at it because I gave it away, but that account had 1 legendary in the clan boss team, and that was Ninja, who I got day 1. That's why it's the Ninja account. And everything else on that team was epics and rares. And so, important to understand that books are a big thing. And even on my free-to-play, right? I'm going to go ahead and log off your account, because I think we've kind of touched on everything for the night, and it's getting a little late. I want to do some Hydra, maybe even record a video for you guys live. So we'll log out of your account. So you're welcome to go ahead, hop on your account, Hyper. But I do want you to stick around for a quick second while I talk about my free-to-play account and point out that I don't have my Teox leveled. I don't have my Turvold leveled. I don't have my Thor leveled yet. And Thor is fully booked. I need to that's a different story. But the main reason that these guys are not leveled is because I don't have the resources to level them right now. Thor needs to get leveled. He's my next 6-star. That's already decided. That's on me. I'm almost there. I've got 4 food ready to go. They're all chickens because I haven't been playing. But For those of you that have been following the count, I did just build a huge 5-man team. So all my food, all my books, all everything went into that team um, for Phantom Shogun's Grove. But Thor is my next level. But it's okay to not, level up every good legendary if you don't have the resources. Pace yourself. After Thor will be Teox, and then Teox, however you want to say it, and then I don't know who would be next. Maybe I'll get Enda tomorrow. We don't know. Exactly. When Toxic says it best in chat, Toxic says he is 3-key brutal with no War Master, so I reckon he would easily be a 4-key, if not 3-key nightmare, and that's when books become achievable. Exactly. Yeah. So, once we get you built up a little bit, I think we're gonna see a lot more progress, and I'm really excited for it. I love taking over your account. I really do. So thank you. I think you've probably been one of the longest running members in the channel. So I appreciate you for that. I really do. Now, who wants to do some Hydra? Because I got to do Hydra so that I can... so I can say I told you so to Blazin'. Which I don't know that I can. Let's see some Hydra. All right, we'll do Hydra over on the main account. Hey, Bront, thank you for the raid, man. How you doing? How was your stream? I don't know why my alert for raids is not working, but I do see the raid. So thank you for that. I got to fix the alert on raids, but thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Did you have a good stream? Yeah, I'm glad you could too. You're welcome, Hyper. You're welcome. I'm glad it didn't affect you either. All kinds of stuff is broken. I did a sponsor and nothing registered. Ah, that sucks. I'm glad your stream went well. RB, can you look at my ninja total stats on Discord to see if it's good? I'll take a quick peek here. Real quick. So hello, Bront's stream. Welcome. For those of you that are hanging out here with me, go check out Bront. He's been everywhere lately with collabs. It's been awesome. That's how I found him, and I really like his take on things. Very very knowledgeable on the game, and not afraid to like talk about champions that you wouldn't normally think about, which I really liked. And for those of you that are joining from Bront's stream, I am making the push to 4,000 subscribers over on YouTube. Thank you, Toxic Ghost, for the follow. So if somebody could please exclamation point YouTube in the Twitch chat. Like I said, it's a work in progress. I'm figuring stuff out. But over on YouTube, I am almost at 4,000 subscribers. I'm at 3,985. So any tiny little bit helps. I would super appreciate that. And welcome, everybody. Thank you again, Bront, for the raid. You filmed one just prior to stream, too, that drops Monday. Should be fun. Okay, I'm going to do something. Bront. And you don't know me that well. My chat will tell you I'm super paranoid, and I feel like an imposter in the community of Raid Shadow Legends. But I have been trying to get a hold of Ash. I don't know how. I can hop in your Discord, you hop in mine, maybe. I don't know. But I have an idea specifically for him, something he talked about in a video. I've emailed him. I'm trying to get a hold of him. So don't answer in chat if you're not comfortable with that. But if you want to like connect with me and maybe we can figure something out, because yeah. No, thank you, Gooders. I appreciate it. Here, you guys got to understand, it's just who I am as a person, man. Like, I feel like I'm the kid that sat down at the table full of jocks, and it just like, Who's this guy? Who told him, right? I hope I'm slowly getting past it. I really am. Like to not like, but this is like third raid tonight for me. And so like I'm starting to figure it out. So I'm doing a lot better. But I appreciate that, Bront. I really do. I would love to do something with you. I think that would be an absolute blast. We'll figure something out. So we were just, I couldn't talk when I started streaming, literally. Yeah, I heard that. So you get it. Still feel like my voice will die again 2 years later. Well, I hope not. I hope not. I cannot imagine. My nickname as a kid was Motormouth. I could not imagine not being able to communicate. I can only imagine how frustrating that is. So, but I'm glad you have your voice back, and I'm very genuinely excited for more and more of your content. I really liked your stuff that you did with Drock. Um, so yeah, guys, check him out. I don't have the shout out thing set up yet on. I just started multi streaming on Twitch, so my Twitch is a little wonky, which is why I don't have like a chat thing up here because I'm also on YouTube and that's where I'm mostly talking to people. But I'm working; it's a work in progress. So, but yeah, check out Bront. Check him out on YouTube. Feel free to put your YouTube in the chat, Bront. Yeah, Gooders, it doesn't work. I think I have to do a turn on a thing. It's a built-in Twitch shout out. Okay. Let me. Hey, there we go. I also figured out a much easier way for me to be able to type in the chat. The control panel that I'm using, ground control from Stream Elements, it doesn't let me type in it. So that's why it's like, but I could just tab over, no big deal. We're learning, guys. We're learning. And Bront, congratulate. I know I congratulated you yesterday, but Bront just hit 1,000. I think you're probably what, like 1,400 now. So you've been killing it on YouTube as well. All right, we are gonna hop in on Hydra. Over on my main account here. So I was talking. So a little backstory. I went into Blazen's video where he called this dead content, by the way. 1,500. Let's go. Um, and and I left him a comment, and I felt really embarrassed about it, right? Because I meant it nicely, but I was a little critical, and so if this doesn't go well, I'm gonna look dumb. So I think I really need to rebuild my Acrisia. Probably I haven't touched her in a minute. I'd like to get her crit damage a little higher, maybe her speed as well, but. I recently switched this up. For those of you that have been watching a while, I used to have Ancora in this spot. Now I am going with Duchess, and I've seen great results here. So let's do it. We're going to do a little bit of this. All right. Sorry, my audio. My headphones are acting up again. Is she a 9-piece protection? She is. Yes. She is in... Here, we just started, so we can... So, I previously had Ancora in my 9-piece protection. You'll see she's naked right now. I switched it all over to my Duchess. And that's because and then I also booked my Duchess. My Duchess wasn't booked, mastered, or anything. I got her kind of late. I actually pulled her during a double legendary event with my second Newt and Duchess. I got both of them in the same double legendary pull. So, and I just never really built the Duchess, and now I'm using her with the Hydra changes. I can't be lazy anymore. So, this is my main account, Gooders. This is a level 98 account, I think. This is my main account, so I do spend money on this account. I'm not a big spender by any stretch. Right now, most of my money just goes into primal shards, but I do spend a little bit on this account. I'm the clan leader of my clan, and this is my first time doing Hydra. I did a little bit of Hydra on Wednesday off camera, so this is my first time really doing Hydra. Gonna lurk, need to check on the fam and edit a video for tomorrow. I hear you. Well, thank you. Thank you again for the raid. Thank you for just hanging out. I appreciate it. Yeah, I need to switch Ancora up for Arena is my plan. But I don't have Narcissus. So that's my biggest regret on this account is that I didn't spend to get the void shards I needed for the guaranteed. All right. But I will show off the team a little bit here and their gear. Recently used. That's not. Oh. Oh, it didn't count that Hydra run. That's interesting. Okay. I guess it doesn't count it if you don't save it. So Acrizia I have in Relentless. She's been in this for a minute. Like I said, I think I could probably get a little bit more damage and speed out of her. But for right now, this is just what I'm using. They don't count. Got it. We've got... Let me undo this then. So I'm going to probably switch up the master or the blessing on Duchess at some point, but we're just kind of playing around with stuff right now. She's in 9-piece protection. Excited about that. My Thor is built good for damage, bad for accuracy. That is a issue on my end that I need to improve. The blessing needs to be worked on. I know Skydoodle is kind of my my confidant, consigliere. When it comes to Hydra, so I know we're going to work on this Thor build a little bit. But I have 2 Archer Queens. My main Archer Queen is this one. I think I took her out of Relentless. I did, yeah. So we went for a little bit more stats on her. We still crit capped, 175% crit damage. We lowered that a little bit, but we have the accuracy we need to really land what we want. And I sped her up a lot. Previously had her in Relentless. Padrig, I think, is in Relentless. Nothing too crazy here. Just really fast. Or not really fast, but fast enough. And who else is on the team that I'm forgetting? What did... I can just look. I feel like I'm forgetting the sick... Oh, Ugo. Yeah. Ugo's in Relentless as well. So I consider this like my traditional Hydra team. The only thing is I used Ancora before. I liked the combination of Padrig and Ancora cooldown refreshing, but unfortunately the fears are just too much. And so I put in Duchess, and we're going to see how well that changes things for me. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good improvement. These headphones. Gonna have to fix at some point. Yeah, so that's the big downside to my build on Thor, right? Is that the blessing I have on him, I'm not gaining any damage from it because he doesn't land his decreased speed. Now that is I'm aware of the problem. I will fix it in the future, but that's a future block problem. This is gonna drive me nuts. You guys don't hear it. Your sound is perfect. But my sound, I'm only hearing a little bit of it. Okay, fixed it. Fix that damn Thor. I know. Oh, didn't mean to attack there. The funny thing is, like, you're yelling at me, and, like, imagine being in my clan. and I'm not bothering to fix this blatant issue in my team. The good news is that I do have decreased speed from Archer Queen. So, previously in this build, I actually brought Newt, which was pretty successful, to be honest. He did a great job of clearing Acrizia out whenever she got eaten. But I think Thor's damage is just so good. Do I have a backlog of Hydra takeovers to do? I do not have a backlog of Hydra takeovers to do. I currently don't have any takeovers scheduled over in my Discord, and I don't have a command for this on the main account or on the Twitch side, unfortunately. But over on the Discord, I have a channel called Account Takeover Requests. I do ask that people either be members on my YouTube channel, which is the same thing as being a subscriber over on Twitch. That's my only request when it comes to takeovers. And I do give away...
Shoot him, Kevin!
Thank you, Dosbag, for the follow. I do give away memberships when I pull shards, which, by the way, guys, I'm pulling shards tomorrow. I'm going to pull Sacreds on the free-to-play, trying to get End of Moonbeam, an epic. So, but... over on the over on YouTube, I will give away memberships for every legendary that I pull during shard pulls. This has always been a thing that I do on the channel, so it's a great way if you don't want to subscribe on Twitch or become a member. Totally fine, no problems there. But it's a great way to potentially get yourself an account takeover by winning one of those memberships. And then, of course, you know, a lot of content creators come through, do gift subs and things like that. So there's an opportunity for a lot of people to get takeovers if they want it. So that's the only thing that I ask, is just a subscription or a membership. Yeah, to be completely honest, it's something that I wouldn't say I'm debating on, but because other people have done ideas that I think are really interesting. You know, like, oh, if you complete a sponsorship for the other streamers, they'll do takeovers and stuff that way. I think it's a great idea. I just didn't have an idea of what to offer people to become members, so I was like, I'll just do takeovers, whatever. And so, unfortunately, it's kind of sticking, because I would feel bad to all of a sudden change up the rules on all the people in the past year that have, you know, subscribed in order to get that. And now I'm like, oh, you don't have to be a member. You can just, all you gotta do is do this other thing, right? But maybe that's something I'll do down the line as like a special thing or something. Who knows? Ah, there goes the audio again. My best on Brutal is only like 11 million. I mean, why today is this being so much more difficult? All right, there you go, Stream Deck. Thank you. Okay. Unless I don't do anything with channel points, other than allowing people to yell, shoot him, Kevin. And the idea behind that was that if I was playing a shooter and I was missing shots, you could yell at me. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? That worked for me. Yeah, I'll do this now. My thought process doing that now is that I wasn't going to kill the head and bring it back. It came back anyways, so that's fine.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Yeah, the sound alert. Shoot him, Kevin! I was trying to see if he was online tonight. So you guys could hear his voice, because he makes me laugh so hard. Okay, yeah. So a little tip for those of you that are using an enemy max HP nuker in, well, preferably one that's built better than my Acrizia right now, which is crazy to say. She's got 300 crit damage, but she doesn't do max damage against living heads, unfortunately, unless I think I need weaken and probably a little bit more ignoring defense in there. Oh, we're gonna do this now. But it's more beneficial for you to use the enemy max HP champions to hit, if they're capable of doing max damage, use them to hit the alive heads so you can bring them down quicker. And allow yourself to take advantage of this. Now that may have changed as far as like the meta goes, because of the decapitated heads and all the new rules associated with them, but I'm still doing it for now. We are having some rough luck here. I always joke and say I shouldn't do Hydra on stream because I always get distracted and I screw up. You built Husk in a reflex set? I'm low on Husk. On my free-to-play account, I actually got Husk very early on that account, and I put him to 50 and never took him to that 6 stars. And on my main account, the reason I did that is because on my main account, I never used him, or I did use him rather, and he never performed for me the way that I wanted. Now, mind you, when I was using him was at a point in time where I was less knowledgeable of the game, so I don't think I had him built fast enough or well enough, but never landed the provoke when I wanted him to, and the enemy max HP hit is not like an Acrizia hit. It's not even close, and so quite disappointed when I was using him way back when. So I'm a little low on him. I get why he's good, just not one of my go-tos. Why not target the A2 on Thor on the head with the... I thought I did do that. I may not have, but I thought I did. I am trying to do that, Flakes. It's entirely possible that I failed to do so. But yes, that's a good point. You want to use the Thor A2 on a head. You want to start it on a head that you're not going to do a lot of damage to. Oh, great. Actually, I'm going to go here. So I need to get Hex here. I don't want to waste a... That's good that I got the cooldown there. Alright, we can hit here now. If Archer can go, thank you. I pulled a 6-star Seer Soul today with the free stones they gave us. Only thing is I don't have her. I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean that you don't have her. Congratulations on the pull though. When you get her, I have a 6-star on mine. I love it. I'm literally only using him because he's the only enemy max HP nuker. I use Wixwell as my provoker and Mischief Tank. Good, 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 good. What's the cooldown on my Duchess right now? Yeah, I'll just revive her. Ugh, only got one hit off. Yeah, probably not worth it. Alright, one turn, revive her, it's fine. That's a very greedy play that I shouldn't really do there. What do I want to do here? Alright, I really just want this guy to take a turn already. Provoke? No. Okay. I'm probably going to rebuild my Archer Queen in Affinity Breaker. But I gotta farm it first. And I have not been doing a good job of farming it. I really want to get this head down. That's good. Wait, I don't want to get that head down. I gotta stop. I need this guy to take his turn already. I don't... There we go. Okay. Totally fine. Yeah, you can see she's not doing anywhere near max damage. I don't know if it's like as easy to do as I want to believe it is, because the newt multiplier is so good. I've only ever been able to hit max damage with my newt and not my Acrizia. And I don't really know what more I can do. I mean, 300 crit damage, pretty dang good. I just don't really feel like I can do a lot better than that. Granted, she doesn't have the 4-star blessing yet, so improvement there potentially. Hey, we got the provoke. We'll go A1 actually. A little cleanse would have been okay, but we'll do a little cleanse now. Should maybe ally attack here. Especially with the head about to wake up all on its own. It's like I'm not losing much if I would have killed it there. We'll hit here with both of them. I think after this, I'm going to record a little video. I'll record it live for you guys. You know, I don't know. I got to think on it. Oh, I should have hit here. I've always wondered how to stun a Hydra head. You remove the shield that was placed by the provocable head. That's how you land the stun. When you destroy the shield that he puts out, the target that is under the shield gets stunned. Let's see the ally attack. Let's see. Go here. Hey, I landed some decreased speeds. I got the resistance low enough that now he can do some. Does that make sense the way I worded it, Toxic Ghost? Kinda need a cleanse here. Yep, got it. So, maybe I should start recording so I can have it as a reference. But I wanted to point out, like, I didn't lose a lot of damage against that head. I definitely lost some. I'm not saying that you're not going to lose any, but I didn't lose that much. Like, he wasn't protected for that long. I guess that's the reason that I'm, like, not as up in arms as a few others might be, you know? You're very welcome. That's my biggest thing. I just want to help people. What? Didn't I just kill this? Did he? What? I feel like maybe he's been dead for a minute and I just don't realize it. I felt like he died like 2 attacks ago and he's already down to a sliver of HP. We're going to go here. Normally, you want to hit this head with enemy max HP, but Acrizia doesn't do max damage, so... I don't really want to hit there because of the ally protect. So, I'm going to stop now, because that was a mistake doing it with Acrizia there. Is it bugged? It's bugged. I don't think that HP bar is accurate. Definitely not accurate. That's a funny bug. It's an annoying bug, but it's funny. By the way, you saw how much health... I got him about halfway down his HP there. It's just a visual bug. He had more health than that. It just wasn't displayed appropriately. He came back. I didn't kill him. He came back from turns. I think. Oh, I should have hit here. Flakes, where you at, man? You gotta keep me honest here. Dang, I needed that. I really needed that to land, Ugo. You had one job. We got the provoke, though. I'm happy about that. I don't think I have any way to get Ugo to get... Oh, good. The extra... Yes. Okay. 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 Good, 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 good. I just didn't want to deal with the reflect damage. This is just really what that came down to there. I'm definitely underperforming on damage from where I would expect to be based on my tests last night. With this same team, like there hasn't been any changes to this team since my tests last night. However, I think it's a little bit of just bad luck with heads more than anything else. Like, we didn't get the block damage the one time, so the reflect went up. So Chrysia was dead for a couple rounds and then couldn't really do what you'd want her to do. I've misclicked on Thor a couple times, so I didn't hit the right head and wasted damage that way. Definitely a subpar run by me. Not so much... my champions. Hey, Vodka, are you still around, dude? I'd like to have a little, not a debate, but I wanted to bounce some thoughts off of you. And you said something about it in relevant to my question in Discord today, I think it was. Here. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna fix my stream elements bot. I talked about this the other night, but I used to stream to like 2 viewers, right? For the longest time, so I stopped letting the bot do random posts because you just have a. It would just be stream elements was the only active chatter. But we've got a much more active chat, so I'm gonna get that bot up and running again to routinely post some of that stuff. Hey, I remembered this time. 500,000. All right, unlucky that it hit this head last, but it is what it is. In fact, we're gonna ignore that head. Only a Crizia is allowed to hit this head when it's decapitated. So this will be max damage. Is there a Skydoodle, anybody? Is there a bug right now on Hydra? Why did my Acrizia do 1,000,000 damage? That's not possible. So, Beastin, I know they gain double their HP. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. This makes sense now. That makes sense. So I'm used to her doing damage to a decapitated head whose HP is half of what the decapitated heads are now. So enemy max HP are going to do double damage to what they used to do on decapitated heads. That makes a lot of sense now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because with this guy, she should do about 500k, but he has double the amount of HP. The 5% limit is now a 5% limit on a larger value. Therefore, it's more damage. Got it. Okay. I have to like say stuff like that to get me to make sure I'm on the right. By the way, hi, Beastin. Welcome. It's been a really fun stream tonight. I got to tell you guys, this has been an absolute pleasure. Lots of raids over on Twitch, lots of just awesomeness. We are getting ever so close to 4K. 3,988. We are 12 away. Oh, absolutely. And Husk is going to do even more now. Like I said, I'm a little... My decision is a little biased on my personal experience. I don't think he could do max damage. Like, I don't think he's gonna hit for 1,000,000 like a Crizia on Nightmare. It would be less on the lower difficulties because they would have less HP. But oh god, people are gonna start asking for nerfs to a Crizia. We need to kill this head more. We need to kill that head more. And I need to get a second Acrizia. Alright, we'll hit this one first. Oh, and he's super slow, too. Like, he just lasts forever. I love it. Acrizia's gonna get another hit on him, maybe? That would be super great. Yeah, the thing about, like, Husk, like I said, his multiplier, even though his enemy max HP, it's just not great, but, a big but, when I was using him, I didn't know how to build champions at all, let alone enemy max HP champions. So take all my opinions, which I'm sure you already are, with a ginormous grain of salt. Good to see you too, Beaston. Yeah, I'm gonna after this run, I'm gonna record off camera. If I hit 100 mil, I'm happy, which we're very well on pace for. I don't know what HP my champions are. My devoured champions. I don't know if we're on 2 turns yet for devours, but yeah, we've got a full store. Okay, so I don't know why that's so satisfying. You do have to think about a lot more now. I do think Relentless is still the play, though. Hey,
Shoot him, Kevin!
Sammy, thank you for subscribing over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Because I think Relentless is big again because you want as many of the 1,000 turn limit, which most of us, I don't think I'm gonna hit. To be honest, I won't say most of us. I know that Vodka. I wish Vodka was here, but I know he's not quite hitting the 1,000 turn limit yet. But I think you want as many of those 1,000 turns, or 900, or 800, or however many turns, to be yours. And Relentless will allow you to do that. Because I think you're on that race to the Devour mechanic being a big limiting factor. I'm actually... unsure of what to do here. I'm here playing Hydra and decapitated all the heads, and when they revived 5 rounds after, and none of them is taking damage. Is it a bug, or is this where Hydra is at now? Well, I'm about to do the exact same thing as you. Here's the thing. If all 4 Hydra heads are dead, 2 are supposed to respawn at the same time, and when 2 respawn at the same time, only one of them has the the protection buff. So theoretically, unless you kill one. So the thing, when you have all 4 heads decapitated, you don't want to kill a decapitated head. You want to be careful about that. Because if I kill this guy, he comes back alone, and then another one comes alone, and another one comes alone, and another one comes alone. It won't be all 4 of them at the same time. That should not happen. Unless you killed them. So see, 2 of them came back. This one does not have the debuff. Do you see that? Right? So that's kind of what I'm talking about. So if you kill them all and then kill all the decapitated heads, all 4 will come back at the same time. They should still only have 2 that have the debuff, though, in that scenario. But in this scenario, you can clearly see he does not have the protected debuff, so I can do damage to him. I won't. I'm going to target a different head, but I can do damage to him, and I will continue to be able to for the remainder of the fight. That may be true sometimes, but sometimes they come back together and both have it. Oh, it does happen. Yeah, it could be a bug, like Toxic Ghost said. Modern Thinker, apparently, if you AoE kill all 4 necks at once, yes, there's a bug where they all come back with 100% damage reduction. At least for some people, this is happening. Thank you for letting me know. It's obviously a bug, or, well, I say obviously, who knows with Plarium, but according to their words, that's not how it's supposed to work. So I hope that they fix that. Welcome back, Vodka. I was asking for you a little bit ago. You missed it. My Acrizia did 1,000,000 damage, and I was super confused. But thankfully, I think Beaston or one of the other members in chat was able to remind me that they they have double their HP, so my damage will be doubled against them now when they're decapitated. So enemy max HP, love it. Love it now. Kind of want to bring my Newt back, but the thing is, Newt would just kill it sooner. So I don't know if that would be better or worse. You have to actually kill both necks at the same time. If 2 heads come together because of turn meter, they both get the buff. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, if they come back because of turn meter. This game keeps getting stupid. What do you mean getting? How was he feared if he had Veil on him? That's a little confusing. Oh, I do have a question, though. And Sky Doodle, if you're in here still as well, same question to you. Or everybody in chat, what are your thoughts of Padrig versus Mikage here? I'm kind of thinking you can extend Veil, right? Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you about, Vodka. After you answer that question, I have another theory crafting idea that I have. Not you, Siri. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that Mikage might be better than Padrig so that I can keep my Veil up a little bit longer. still get the ally attack, but also get the increased crit damage for my Acrizia, who can't max hit right now. And she has the debuff reduction, so when, what's it called, the reflect damage comes out, Acrizia, I have a way to get rid of it without Acrizia just getting destroyed by it. Please don't get feared, Acrizia. Dang it. Ah, dang it. Okay, so I was theory crafting something here, and I want your thoughts on it. Do you think Merciless is back in as a meta play against the Hydra? Because if you can get to 1,000 turns, you want every single one of those possible turns that you can get to be one of yours, right? So, in my mind, if you were to run Relentless, you're getting more of those turns to potentially be yours. Did I say Merciless? I'm sorry. Relentless. But Merciless would be better. I see where you're saying, yeah. I think I'm going to rebuild Thor in... I think I'm going to strip Rhodos of Merciless. I'm not using him right now. Unfortunately, in Live Arena, I just keep using the same team. Shoot, do I want to redo this run with Merciless on... Well, it's not... Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not 9-piece Merciless. I don't think I have 9-piece Merciless, so... We'll keep this run. Relentless on Acrizia is a good play. If I could get Merciless 9-piece on Acrizia, though, wouldn't that be good? Because she's not currently doing max damage. That might get me to do it, right? If you swap in Mikage, it might be a good idea to swap Thor for Ninja or Harima to benefit from the A1 ally attack. I would probably do my Ninja. I need to build him a little better, I think. We can take a look at his build. I feel like we're going to be done this run pretty soon. The only thing I lose is the decreased cooldown on Patrick's A1. But if I'm being honest, I don't know that I'm really feeling it going off a lot. And I feel like it might be a little redundant if I have Relentless on a lot of these champions and their cooldowns are getting reduced. I don't know that it's going to benefit me as much. I do agree, though, that bringing Ninja and Mikage would be a better play because Thor is great, but if he doesn't have the accuracy and I'm not gaining the damage boost from his blessing, Ninja could put in a lot of work for me.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Katie, I'm going to say, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm going to throw this into chat real quick, too. So if you are new here, I do have a YouTube channel as well. And over on that channel, I am almost at 4,000 subscribers. So last time I checked, I was like 12 away, I think. So if you would be so kind as to subscribe over on the YouTubes, that would help me out quite a bit. You say terrible? I've seen a lot of videos on him combined with Mikage being really solid. For Hydra, in particular. since the nerf. So Thor would be better. Thank
Shoot him,
you.
Kevin!
Thank you, Adrian, for the subscription over on YouTube. You guys don't know how much that means. I'm so excited to get close to 4K. So should I then... I mean, is Thor also terrible? Or I guess, who would you put in with Mikage? Ninja is dead, Varl is dead, Mishinaki is dead. That's sad. I love Mishinaki. I'm really sad to hear that, honestly. One of my favorites. Should I take Thor out, or is Thor still viable then? Because I thought Thor was like a slightly better Varl. Their usefulness is down a lot. This rotation sucks for Thor. That's fair. I mean, I'm happy with my key. This is actually doing better, but it's doing better than my previous runs because I brought in the right champion. I brought in Duchess. She fixes a lot of my issues that I have, or that I had on the old team. So, you know, it's just I'm playing the game correctly now instead of just being lazy. My former Nightmare team has Mikage and Mishinaki. They scored as much or more in 100 turns yesterday as they ever have. And it's a horrible affinity rotation for Mishinaki right now. The issues right now is all the single target damage. Could you elaborate on that a little bit for me? Because I'm not quite sure I follow you. So I had an urge just now, which is why I'm giggling at myself, to stroke Vodka's ego a little bit again. I feel like I do this far too often for my liking. But I just really want to point out, Vodka, you have completely changed my stance on Twitch. I have been networking more so because you've been, you know, just getting me into other people's channels, whether it's through raids, whether it's just going in and hanging out and chatting with other people, or getting sent to their channel through a raid or whatever. And that directly resulted in like an increase in views today. So I just want to say thank you. You've really turned me into more of a networker on Twitch, and I think that's really good for the channel, and I wanted to recognize you for that. Now let's go back to chat. You aren't able to reliably bring back two heads at the same time with champions like them. But with single target damage, you're increasing the chance of getting all heads spawn with the buff problem. Okay, got it. Understood. Yes, it is amazing, Gooders. So the reason it took me so long to start multi-streaming and to come over to Twitch like in the first place is because it seemed like YouTube I was generating a lot more traffic on my stream than I ever got over on Twitch. But I didn't realize how good the raid community is in general. Oh, I'm about to lose somebody. Krizia needs to take a turn here. Is there anything I can do to speed that up? Yes. Oh, no! I'm going to A1 here in hopes that that's enough. Yes! The fix needed is if 2 heads have Serpent's Will, any new head spawned shouldn't be able to get the buff. Yeah. See, this right here is where I think Mikage would really help me. Because I can't use Acrizia stuff right now, and Mikage can get rid of this. And this happens more often than I would like. And I don't have any decrease buff duration, nothing. But Mikage can decrease that buff duration for me and allow me to work in some more stuff. The only thing Padrick is bringing, he's my increased speed, so I would lose that. And an ally protect. And turn meter fill with the increased speed of 20%, which is not insignificant. Like... And he gets rid of the max HP loss, but technically I would get rid of that overtime anyways with Ugo, so I'm not that worried about losing that. I don't know. Let's kind of like back it up just a little bit and get away from Mikage and Ninja and just say Mikage over Padrick. What do you think is better? Because like right now I can't use my Acrizia A2 for a very long time. She is built for damage, so that's definitely significant. But I would gain crit damage. So I'm not entirely sure it's as much of a loss per se. It's not insignificant. I will agree with that. I just don't know. Because Archer's really not there for damage. Like, she brings extra damage, yes, but that's not, like, her primary function. And, like, I'm just not using an ability on my biggest damage dealer right now. When you say healing, you just mean the getting rid of the... Because he doesn't bring a heal. She only gets one... You know what? Yeah, he's almost got turn meter. So let's just not do anything stupid. Keep her alive. I have done that, Modern, but she only uses one go of it. I have done that, though. So that's the end of my run. Because I'm not going to get a Acrizia back here. I'm going to hit this not first. I want to hit this head first, but I also want Thor to do more damage to this head if he can. So it's like a weird kind of moment here. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to free this guy without a Acrizia. This is where I wonder if bringing Newt instead of Thor, because I used to bring Newt, would be an improvement. Thank you. Thank you, Sammy. And we are. No, you're absolutely right. I wasn't trying to be combative there. Yeah. It's something I'll experiment with. I won't do it this rotation, I don't think. Yeah, bye-bye, Acrisia. But 150 million on Nightmare, I mean, that's what I did last week. So, but my team was worse last week, which sounds weird, right? I have to try again, so. I wish Skydoodle was here. He also gives me a lot of input on this stuff. I'm going to let it auto out now. Why are you ally attacking there, though? This is just what I do. Whenever I lose a champion, I just auto it out, because, you know, I could probably continue to min-max output from this, but... I'm curious how many turns I got to. I did not get to 750, though. Yeah, the bigger digestion after so long. That's where I think bringing Newt in would be viable. I feel like that's my just because of my account, that's my best play to try and free those guys more. Yeah, Newt would bring Weaken for me as well. If I brought him back instead of Thor. And he would free heads better. I think Thor does more damage to the whole fight. But I think Newt would free heads better. Which would extend my run maybe another couple 100 turns potentially. Hey, we got 750. That's all I wanted. I do not have Marius yet, Sammy. Oh yeah, that's hex damage. Okay, I just had to be like, that's very close in damage. Yeah. I'll keep it. Okay, so let's think a little bit about some of the things I'm theory crafting. So if I was to do Mikage, we keep the ally attack, we get increased crit damage, but we lose the increased speed. She also has a mini cleanse for somebody. I don't actually know who. I think I. No, I don't even. I think this would be on her, actually. If I take Thor out. If Thor's in, Thor will be cleansed of fear in that fight. I can do full protection on her. Ooh, with a resistance banner too, which would be good for me. How does this shield work? Lowest HP. Kind of messes up any mischief tank stuff I'd want to do. So then we look at new. I do want to check and see, do I have... No, I don't have... I want to check equipped, but I don't have 9-piece Merciless on Acrisia. So Relentless is the play for now until I get more Merciless accessories. But Thor... Include equipped. No. Dang. Is it possible... No, let's do this. Is it possible to do... No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Alright. I figured out how I can do what I want to do. Oh, let's include equipped. Oh, that screwed it all up. Okay. And we already know these two, but I'm just going to go one at a time. So it's working in my head. Sacred Order. Merciless. Orcs. Merciless. Night Rev. I mean, it's highly unlikely, but it's possible. The most I've seen has been 2-piece, though. What faction is this? Demon Spawn. Good banner. Good ring. Yes! I gotta look at my Demon Spawn nukers. That screwed it all up. Alright. Dark Elves. Demon Spawn. Shadowkin, Merciless. 2 pieces. Sylvan Watchers. 2 pieces. Lizardmen. No pieces. Undead is 1 piece that I don't equip. And Ogren, 2 pieces. What am I doing? Demon Spawn. Not only does it need to be 9-piece, it needs to be 9 good pieces. I couldn't pull 300 speed on my Acrizia and Merciless. Remember, my account, I'm at 200 speed on my Acrizia, so... I feel like the only viable candidate, and I'll include Vaults here. I feel like the only viable candidate... You know who would be interesting in it? Maybe Helicath? Crazily enough. But probably Half-Rack is the one that would make sense in 9-piece Merciless. But then you don't get the stone skin, so I don't know that it's really worth it on him. It's definitely definitely not worth it for Hydra. I was just curious to see. I think, what about Scorid, though? Don't know how hard he would hit if he would be a viable option in Hydra, but he could be a viable option in a lower Hydra in Merciless. I think the important thing to remember too, like if I'm talking about Hydra team rebuilds, like if I do replace Mikage in for Padrick, I gain Padrick for a brutal team, right? So I could just keep my Padrick, Ancora team for brutal. And then have Mikage up there in Nightmare. And hell, I could even bring Thor down into brutal or even hard in his current build, like not touch him, but get the value because his accuracy would be enough there, potentially. Maybe even pair him with somebody that brings increased accuracy for the team. I was just trying to remember where she had increased accuracy. Potentially pair him up with the owl or something. I have not. I'm not opposed to it. I feel like I lose a lot of viability. Like, so if I was to bring Newt, right? I feel like my team stays the same. I have 2 damage dealers. Acrizia is locked. Best Hydra damage dealer on my account, as far as I'm concerned right now. If I was to bring Newt, Newt frees heads very well and brings weaken. And he decreases the defense of the heads, much like Harima does. I feel like for her really to be good, she needs PvE blessing, and it hurts her in PvP. Is 9-piece protection worth it on Lady Mikage only for 5%? Because she's only going to do crit damage? Because the increased attack is on the Duchess. So she would only give increased crit damage. Does it still count? Okay, alright. That shouldn't be hard. She's already... Duchess is 304. Lady Mikage is 359, but she'd be losing a speed set and a pinpoint set, so that might slow her down a lot. But I don't use Mikage in PvP anymore. Yeah, the random... I don't know that Ninja's gonna free people as well as others. Everyone, you get protection. You get protection. Everyone gets protection. I decided not to build my Jintoro, by the way. So I was talking about this the other day, but I did Demon Lord today. Oh, I don't know why I did that. So one key was 98. Obviously, affinity matters, but I am getting masteries on Anchorite and Wixwell so that I can get War Master on them. But I rebuilt my Rathalos a little bit more, or I buffed him a little bit more. So almost 7k. I just wish I could get to 7k. But he's slow, but it's clan boss, you know. I'd like to have a little more crit damage. I just need to get that 4-star blessing on him, I think. Yeah, I think my ninja would not be good in Hydra. He's way too slow. And obviously speeding him up doesn't hurt him in regular clan boss. It would only help him, but I don't know. This was just a thrown together build. This is, I just kind of chucked some gear on him. I didn't min max it at all. Oh. All right. I think I'm gonna call it. The main reason is because I want to get some recordings done. I kind of need to use the restroom.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hey, shoot him, Kevin. What was it? I missed it. Hey, thank you for the follow, Bahram. I'm gonna go with that. Bahram. Uh, one last time, I am gonna go ahead. We're about to do a raid, but I do want to throw up my YouTube in the Twitch chat. I am pushing for 4,000 subscribers over on YouTube. I'm at 3,990. So we are 10 away. So if there's anybody that is, would be so kind as to go over there and subscribe on YouTube, that would really help me out. We're going to figure out a raid. If you guys are watching on my YouTube, please consider uh, hopping over to the Twitch so that we can raid somebody with the most viewers as possible. Let's go ahead and take a look and see who we have online right now. You know what? We owe him. Owe him. Let's pull him up. He is there. All right. So we're gonna raid Cthulhu King. We owe him, and I went to raid him the other day, and he was AFK running. He's there this time, so we're gonna raid him proper. Let me mute him. Here we go. So if you want to hop over to the Twitch, we can show Cthulhu some love. All right, here we go, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. This was one of the best streams I've had. I absolutely loved it. So much fun. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. We're pulling shards. We're pulling sacred shards on the free to play at least. We're actually hoping for an epic. We're hoping for End of Moonbeam. That'll get me Mikage on the free to play. And of course, any legendaries would be great. If I pull a legendary, I will gift memberships in the YouTube. So come hang out for that. But here we go.